enough confidence in the things that I know. I have enough wisdom to see the logic will be shown. I got one chance to show you what I got. I got one chance to show I'm confident or not. Self-evident reason, deductions and conclusions, and the fools are running away. It's not what you say, it's only what you can prove. You better watch your step, you better mind your P's and Q's. You got one chance, show me what you got. You got one chance to show you confident or not. Don't get caught in a matrix of all of these fakers. Society's spinning, and I'm just here living on the ground. Self-evident reason, deductions and conclusions, logically thinking, and the fools are running away. You're flipping over backwards to show me where you think you are. Your model dictates that you never see too far. Shrinking in the distance, you can do fuck all with an angle, and the fools are running away.
Awful quiet in here.
Hey, all right, Roohif.
Hey, Roohif.
Yeah.
Hello.
We just schooling some guy on the area of a circle.
That's your boy, Roohif.
Yeah. Did he call you
That your
in?
boy, Roohif?
Which of my boys?
Jamesy.
Jamesy. I don't actually know Jamesy. What was he being schooled on? The area of a circle.
Yeah, he was.
That's what he was asking us, like we didn't know.
What's the area of a circle?
I didn't.
Three letters,
3 letters, apparently.
according to Jamesy.
Guys, I didn't ask about the circle. I was asking about satellites.
Oh,
Okay.
is that NASA then?
See, I believe Jamesy because you guys are utter fucking lying retards.
Must have been NASA then.
Oh, name calling.
Oh, yeah. Well, Bandy's not here, so I can call you retards as much as I want.
Why does he stop you from?
Yeah,
Wow.
moderator.
Maybe show your character even more and talk about mamas getting down on knees. Why don't you read
Yeah.
it while you at it?
Sucking my dick.
Yeah.
Yeah. Last time, were you doing with
Quite the
chickens?
man.
Last time, Roohif? Last time we was in here.
Say again?
What
Oh, the chicken fucking. That was fantastic. The moral questions. That was actually a good conversation.
Well, like you say, you were the one having the conversation. A little bit strange.
Sure.
But I guess that's what you do on Flat Earth servers, right?
Yeah. Have discussions about ethical questions. Yes, we do, apparently.
So, are you involved with the FBI and that Steve thing, or is Uni just
The only
making
thing that
up?
I know about the FBI is the tweet that Steve put out a day or two ago saying he's going to the FBI in about 10 days.
Did he cut out on everyone then? It's like sort of fade into the distance.
Sorry?
Did you?
Did I cut out?
Going to the FBI in 10 days.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the only thing I know about the FBI.
Nice. Well, he said the FBI are involved. That's all I know.
Sorry, who said that?
Uni.
I'm sure he did.
Yeah. In the video
I'm sure you
that he
believe
was
Uni as
talking-
well.
He was talking about you in it.
I'm sure he was, Bev.
He was.
I'm sure he was. Do I look like I care what Uni says?
I can't see you, Roohif.
Okay, well, I don't care what Uni says.
Okay. It's a pretty big for this sort of community, though, isn't it? Your community.
What is? What is?
If the FBI are getting involved in the Go Fraud Me's and all
Oh,
of these
yeah,
cases.
sure, fine. If they've defrauded someone, fine.
And the doxing as well.
Who doxed who?
Well, isn't that what that video's about?
I don't know. I'm not going to watch Uni Rock.
I say it's involving you.
I'm sure if it's about the NDA and KJP and non-sec, I'm sure it does involve me.
Yeah. He says you're the money man.
Apparently.
You're not worried, though.
I'm not worried.
Good.
Yes.
But he says he's proved that you're a liar.
I'm sure that he says that, Bev.
Yeah.
I'm sure that he says
But
that.
if he has, that means that you're a proven
Well,
liar.
has he? Has he? What is he saying I've lied about? If he's saying I lied
you'll
about the
have
NDA, he is wrong.
You'll have to watch the video.
I have never said there was no NDA. I didn't even know there was an NDA until a couple of weeks ago. I assumed there was, but I made a point of never asking Steve, is there an NDA?
Well, that's
I
convenient.
did not know. Hey?
That's convenient.
Sure. I mean, I assumed there was, because no one was saying anything.
Yeah. Yeah, Uni said he said it about a year ago. But
Uni said what?
he said there was a NDA about a year ago, but you don't watch anything that he does anyway.
So hang on, Uni said there's an NDA a year ago.
Yeah, that's what he said in the
Okay,
video that
fine.
you haven't watched.
I'm sure he did say that a year ago. Because I had many Twitter conversations with him a year ago.
But
All about this secret agreement that no one could confirm or deny.
Cool. I think it's one of those big things at the minute. It's not a lot of people talking about it, is there? All of them Go Fraud Me's and all of this.
Oh, yeah. Fucking Ilya Moon and Sean Hufford, yeah. Pretty bad.
I bet there was a few drones bought and all of that sort of stuff. Slice Barkane and his bending water level thing.
Are you calling Slice Barkane a fraud? Would you like me to start recording, Bev?
I didn't call him a fraud.
Okay, just
I
checking.
just said the GoFundMe's that were all going on.
Yeah, and Sean Hufford and Ilya Moon were fraudulent, right? Okay.
Well,
are
I
you
mean,
calling Slice
I don't
Barkane's-
know whether they were fraudulent or not. I'm
I
not
think
going to
that's
be the
been
one to
established.
judge, am I?
I'm pretty sure that's been established.
Okay. So what was it that made them fraudulent then? Them not fulfilling
Raising
the
money for... Ilya Moon lied about having cancer and took, I don't know, a few grand or something.
I heard about that one. So is
Hufford
it
said
the
he was
fact
being
that they
kicked out or
start a GoFundMe up with a lie at the beginning with so that they don't fulfill the outcome of the GoFundMe?
Yeah, raising money under false pretenses. Yeah.
That's what makes it a fraud.
Yeah. Come on, keep talking about Sly. I am recording now, by the way, for everyone here.
Talking. No, I'm just saying that if
I bet you won't.
if that's the case, right, not doing what they set out to do in the GoFundMe, and that's what makes it fraudulent.
Under
Is that why you
raised
came in
money
here?
under false. Say again?
You came in here to hem somebody up?
To hem somebody up? No, actually. Came in
Why
because
are
I'm
you
bored. I gotta
recording?
go in like 10 minutes. Hey?
Why are you recording and hoping?
I want to hear
talking
Bev
about-
call Sly a fraud.
Why?
Why?
Because
You can hem him
Sly
up?
seems really keen to sue people. So
But Sly's the one that's called me a fraud.
fine.
Yeah. So is that the way it goes, right? People call people falsehoods, and then what? You sue people. Is that the way?
You want to say?
I've noticed the way
you want to
Sly
say
works.
Sly
'Cause he
raised money
always-
under false
He
pretenses?
always puts a was it a Twitter report on any meme I ever post. I keep getting them. Things from Germany.
You keep getting Twitter reports.
Yeah.
All right. okay.
Any meme.
I didn't know people got notified of those.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah,
what
do you not
country?
know that people get notified? And then they say,
Oh,
yeah,
I've
it's all
never
right.
heard
We
tweet
didn't
upon
find
it,
anything wrong with it. They keep doing that.
Yeah.
But they have to let you know, especially in Germany. It's if anybody in Germany reports you, you get notified. And that's where
So you're
Sly
not going to
is.
say that Sly raised money under false pretenses.
No, I didn't say that.
Okay. All right. Good.
He's not done what he said he was going to do with his in his GoFundMe yet, has he? He's not fulfilled
Yeah,
that.
The test that
would
he
you say-
attempted to do.
Would you say he's done that, Roohif?
Did he attempt to do the test that he raised money for? Yes, he did do that.
Well, attempt.
Well, he spent the money on the equipment, right?
Yeah. Yeah, he said he's
So
got it
call
in
that
his
fraud
shed
is
at the
pretty
bottom,
piss weak,
hasn't he?
Bev.
I've not called it fraud. Well, do you just keep suggesting it is?
You're getting close to the line, but you just want to go over
No,
it. That's
you're
fine.
the one that
That's well
keeps
done.
wanting, for some reason.
Yeah, 'cause I'd find it hilarious if Sly sued you.
Right, well, that'd be really weird, wouldn't it? Why would he want to do that?
I don't know, in case you accuse him of raising money fraudulently.
No, I was just saying about what made it a fraudulent GoFundMe is people not doing what they said they would do with the initial statement, right?
Raising money under false pretenses.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. But did you not hear the drone comment that I said earlier?
What about the drone comment?
GoFundMes for drones and stuff.
I literally have no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah, that's all right. Yeah, we wouldn't want anybody to be recording anything, would they? Would you?
No.
Good to know, though, that you're with us with these
Good to hear from you, Roohif.
GoFundMes,
Hey.
GoFraudMes, or whatever.
How come the other two boys quit talking when you came in?
He's
Which other boys?
he's the money man. That's what they say. Roohif's the big man. That's what Unirock says anyway, isn't it? He says you're
They
the
know their-
head honcho, Roohif.
They know their place, I guess.
This doofus talks, they have to listen? Are you kidding?
They wouldn't want to get caught up in Roohif's recording on this server.
Right. Well, record this, doofus.
Okay.
That's slander, calling somebody doofus? Not that I called anybody doofus, but
Is it slander? Is insults a slander?
wow.
No. Slander.
Jose
No, the
eats. That
action
doesn't
will crime
bother
make
because
it
you're on
false.
YouTube, aren't you?
False and damaging statements. I don't think insults are slander.
So this is what you guys have resorted to now? You have no arguments left and you're bringing in the lawyers? What have we done to you guys, man?
What are you talking about?
You're talking about slander, this, slander, that. What happened to good old?
I think you are
crouch
talking
and
about
insults
slander.
back and forth.
Yeah,
No,
you
you
were
are.
talking about slander.
You
No,
said you
I'm
started
wondering
recording,
whether
hoping that Sly was
insulting
too.
is slander or not.
Still recording?
Sorry?
You still recording?
Yes.
In the hopes that Sly would be able to sue based on what you record.
Yeah, Bev's here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sly's
That's
got a
very
real
pathetic,
butthurt
Roohif,
thing
man.
with me, hasn't he? Is it because he's got a bending water level test and he's too butthurt to be able to talk to us about it? Or is there something else, Roohif? I know you do have a close relationship with him. Do you think you could get a chat with us, and we'll both go over our water level tests, like I've been
The
asking
screen's went
him to
black.
do for ages?
Hold on. Hang on, I'm back. Oh, it stopped recording. There you go. My screen just went black for like 5 seconds. Anyway. Do you want to talk, or do I have to go and do something constructive?
I was asking you, do you think you could get Sly to come in and have a chat about his water level, bending water level
I don't even know if
test?
he's on Discord, is he?
He says not.
He's not on Discord. Oh, all right.
No, I don't think so. I don't think he'll come on either, because I don't know. He might just not like the platform, or the fact that we can show our screen and the video, and we can show all the information.
I used to hate Discord. Yeah, it's not bad. I'm bored.
I'll give
Don't
you
make
some
me do something.
excitement.
Jesus.
Tell me, what kind of a man do you think Roohif would call another man's place of business in order to cause trouble for him?
Are you talking about me emailing, what's it called? 1-800-Democrat or something?
No, I didn't even know you did that. So you did such a thing?
I
didn't even know
emailed
about
the
that.
work. Okay, so we had figured out that he had forged stuff. So you know I'm talking about the non-sec case, right? Yeah, are you up with the details of it?
No,
Not really, but the other guys are. Go ahead.
Is this
Okay,
Kyle?
so we had figured. Hey, Kyle Curtis, yes. So I'd figured out that he had forged stuff, but there was a couple of documents in there that looked really legit and did have his Charlotte address on them. So I emailed the company saying, "Can I speak to you confidentially about, can you confirm that this document is, legitimate?" And he basically told me to go away. We're not going to do anything without a subpoena. I was like, fine. That was it. But apparently this company, which is a super PAC, literally has 2 employees, and they employed Kyle for a couple of months to do some website work or something. And they told him, "Hey, this guy's come and talk to us about this. What's the go?" And so Kyle added it to to his document thing. The end.
Wow, I didn't understand that.
Oh, that's it anyway.
That was the end of your involvement in it.
That was the end of me contacting anyone's former work. I'd actually assumed that he didn't work there anymore because it was only for $1,000.
Wow, you really looked into that, right?
Did. I busted him.
Damn.
Busted him
Contacted
with forging
someone's
evidence.
work.
Yeah.
Good job, Roohif.
Thanks.
Wow, I wasn't even trying to fish there, and I caught something. I was talking in general.
There you go. It's public knowledge, SE, so you're all good. What were you talking about
Okay.
then?
No, I was just talking
Oh,
about.
you're talking
in
about
general.
fucking George, right? You talking
Well,
about
that's
George?
one of the people that would come to mind, but I was talking in general, like what kind of a man would stoop so low as to do that? I'm not talking about you, what you did. I'm talking in general.
But you're talking about George contacting Brian Mullins.
No, he says he's talking
survey
in
thing, right?
general, not about specifics.
No.
It's you that wants
We're
to
not
talk
going to
about the
fucking
specifics.
dick around, right? You're talking about George.
No, he's not.
Okay, he's talking about
He said,
George.
what
I don't.
Type, what type of man?
I have no issue with what George did. All right, Brian Mullen is a civil engineer. He is responsible for people's safety. If he has no fucking idea what he's doing, yes, report him.
What do you mean if he's no idea what he's doing? What exactly does
Some
that
of the
mean?
shit that he put out, unbelievable. For a fucking engineer,
what?
he's supposed to have
Like
some
what? It
grasp of.
sounded pretty sound to me.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not an
Oh,
engineer.
yeah, but you're a fucking retard, SE.
Wow.
Right, so
Really?
tell us, since I'm a retard and you're smart, what did you find wrong?
Oh, what are the things he did?
He didn't try and measure vertical angles
planes.
with an auto
Fucking-
level, did he?
Conservation of momentum. He didn't understand conservation of momentum. Fucking planes flying on a rotating Earth. That was embarrassing.
Conservation of momentum.
How does
Which
that
part?
how does that affect his job if he's an engineer? How would that endanger people?
It's basic physics. If someone is responsible for public safety
Roohif.
and has, a shithouse understanding of physics, when it's his job to understand it, yeah, I'm quite happy with George reporting him for that.
Okay, maybe I should word it a different way. I challenge you to find a group of police officers that every one of them knows exactly what you're talking about when you say conservation of momentum. They're in charge
Police
of public
officers
safety.
don't build fucking bridges and buildings.
Okay, so it's not the
dickhead.
public safety aspect that's actually the problem, is it? Because they're in charge of public
It
safety.
is the public
There's
safety.
something
You
else
drive
that
across
you're saying
bridges
is the
and you
problem.
fucking go into buildings. Holy shit.
There must be something else that's the problem, because if it's just public safety in general, police would need to know it.
Public
Conservation of
safety,
momentum
he
has something to
builds
do with
shit.
movement. That has nothing to do with building. Conservation of momentum
Oh,
says you would
Jesus.
tend to stay in a straight line and your path would tend not to deviate once you are in motion. So that has nothing to do with building at all. It's just sophistry.
Does Brian Mullen's job have anything to do with building things that people use?
Nothing to do
that if
with
they
you.
fell over,
Conservation of momentum has nothing to do with building. That's motion.
it's
He's building
basic
stationary
physics.
structures that are not going anywhere. So what you're saying is irrelevant.
It's basic physics. He needs basic physics to do his job.
Are you
Half
saying
of the
that
stuff
the
you learn in
structures,
school
the
is
structures
utterly
are
unapplicable and has nothing to do with your job anyway. This is
That's
just
the way a
sophistry.
retard thinks. You can build houses without knowing about the conservation of momentum,
Fine, but it's basic physics.
and
He
it doesn't
needs to
matter.
have a level of education where he understands basic
No, he
physics.
doesn't. He doesn't need to know
Yes,
any
he
of
does.
that. to
He's
do
a
his job.
fucking engineer. He has to deal
It
with
doesn't
forces
matter.
all the time.
He needs none of that to do his job. Zero.
He
of it.
needs to deal with
Exactly
forces
zero.
all the time.
No, people shouldn't call
Yes.
people's employers for things
Okay,
that
well,
they
hey,
say.
if you can show some sort of a legitimate citation that indicates that his specific job needs that information, then go ahead and show it. But if you can't, then you're talking out
was-
your rear end. 'cause
he
you
was a
obviously
civil
know what the
engineer.
qualifications are. He has the qualifications, has that job, and yet he doesn't know that according to you, and still keeps his job. So it seems like all the professionals who decide who can become a professional and who can't disagree with you, because he is one, and he doesn't know this thing according to you.
He is a civil engineer. Civil
Yeah.
engineers can build bridges, buildings, whatever. Correct?
Yeah.
Right. Part of building bridges and buildings is understanding the forces involved. Correct?
Say that again.
Don't be
Part of building bridges and buildings is understanding the forces involved. Correct?
Yes.
Is that correct?
Yes, sure.
So he
Forces
does need to
involved.
know about physics. Thank you.
But he doesn't need to know
Yeah.
about the conservation of momentum. You are
Yeah,
incorrect.
I'm telling you that he needs a basic understanding of physics. If he doesn't understand conservation of momentum, that is a problem.
If in your mind, basic understanding of physics includes conservation of momentum, you're wrong.
You're
Yes.
taking
No,
it out of the fact
Yes.
that you shouldn't call
Well.
people's businesses where they work.
I don't think he actually called the business. I thought he called the licensing board.
Oh, right. Well, that's
even better.
That's even
He is
worse, isn't
correct
it?
in that.
Wow.
He is correct in that. Yeah, he claimed that he called the licensing board. Let's be up front, yeah.
Well,
but still,
I
didn't
have
George
no
say
issue
he
with that.
do you think
didn't?
they're gonna call his place of work after Roohif?
Hasn't George's latest
Again?
one is to say that he didn't
Yeah.
do that?
It's as retarded as saying you need to know calculus to do construction
So
because it involves numbers.
Is
Only a
Roohif saying
retard
that
would think
George
like that.
did do
I would
that
put
now then?
calculus at a slightly higher level.
Roohif, are you saying that it was George that did that? He called the licensing board.
Didn't he do that? I thought-
I don't know. Like,
yeah,
you
that-
just said he did.
Yeah, Bev,
Yeah, I'm
you
not
just
George.
revealed that. Yeah, that's what I was just going to ask because it sounds like Roohif knows and is actually revealing this. Maybe between George and him, he's told him because George publicly has been saying that he did not do that.
Yeah.
He's
Oh,
been.
there you go.
Yeah,
I'm not in a position
No,
to
you
know.
just said he did. You were
Just
the one that
revealed
said
it,
he
dude.
did.
just
I'm
exposed
telling
it.
you, I'm not in a position to know.
You.
I'm
You
just
already
going off
know.
what
You
everyone
already
else
just
says.
said
just
it.
said
You
it.
said it a
Oh,
minute ago.
Jesus.
That you had knowledge of it.
No, I didn't.
So, in other words, you'll just say whatever you think is the truth, whether you really know it or not. And if you get caught out,
shut the
then
fuck
you'll
up, Paige.
backtrack.
Page muted.
Well,
Fine.
thanks, Roohif. Thanks a lot.
Yeah, it seems like the intelligent, logical people here understand that you're being a moron.
I was under the impression that he called the licensing board. If he says he didn't, fine.
I was under the same impression. You know why? Because I heard
Okay.
him say
Did you get inside information from George?
No, I heard him say
No.
it.
Okay. I'm
He said
going
it
off that
publicly.
as well.
Oh, okay.
I'm
Wait,
going
wait,
off that as well.
Go ahead, SC.
I heard George say that he called the license himself.
Okay.
I think it was on Jose's. I'm not slandering the man. If I'm mistaken, I apologize. But I'm almost 99.9% sure I heard George say it himself.
Okay, fine. That's the kind of public knowledge that I'm going off. I've never seen him say it, but I heard that's what people said.
Yep.
Good.
Yep.
Well,
And I have no issue if he did it with what he did.
Oh,
Because
you're an
Brian
engineer.
Mullen is
Obviously.
a fucking moron.
yeah, obviously. You. That's your opinion. We understand that.
Coming from a guy that says definitions don't have meanings, now he's got a moral upstanding.
I can't even make the connection there. What was that?
Don't tell him again.
You said that definitions don't have meanings, and now you want to take a moral upstanding on whose employer to call based on.
I am not getting the link between that and morality. I don't get it.
Oh, he forgot.
Yeah.
Good
I
job.
think there have been different things that have been said over the years about what really happened with that, with George, and whether he called the licensing board, whether he called the employer, whether he called both. So, yeah, there's been various things, and I think George has tried to cover up the tracks in various ways. So yeah, I have heard him say that he did call the licensing board, but then he also has denied that he called his employer. So, yeah, I don't know. What really happened, I guess, is...
That was my understanding as well.
Yeah, it wasn't years ago that Roohif is a couple months.
Okay.
He has been accused of
So you
calling
cool
the
with that?
boss, right? Calling the guy's boss. Then he came out and he
I've
said,
always
"Look,
thought
I
it was
didn't
the
call the
licensing
guy's
board."
boss. I didn't call the guy's boss. I called the bureau." That's what he said.
That's what I thought as well.
Yeah, but by doing that, obviously that's going to put the guy's livelihood in jeopardy and possibly his family, his children. So that's virtually the same thing. I mean, to think that you're just going to call the licensing board and report this guy and then think that it's not going to affect his life is...
If a civil
short-sighted.
engineer cannot
Exactly.
understand basic physics,
Exactly.
that is a
Dude,
problem.
Is
It's
that
not
what
basic
George
physics.
said? Is that honestly what
Conservation
George
of
said?
momentum is basic physics.
No, it's not. That's garbage. It's
Oh,
pseudoscience
Jesus.
garbage. That's the pseudoscience that they use to push the entire globe model. And Brian Mullen was
Oh,
exposing
Jesus.
how that's false.
Yeah.
Like, for example, when you
Except
get on
in-
an
except in the
airplane,
real
let,
world.
let me ask you this, Roohif. When you get on an airplane, right, it takes off, you're going 500 miles an hour, 30,000 feet up in the air, you're just chilling. Is the seat that you're sitting on, the chair, is there a force that's continually pushing you through the air?
No.
There is. And it's measurable.
The seat is moving at 500 miles per hour. You are moving at 500 miles per hour.
But it has to keep you moving at 500, which means there has to be...
What is slowing you down inside the aircraft?
the fact that you wouldn't be moving through the air at 500 miles an hour if the plane didn't keep pushing you through the air at 500 miles an
No,
hour.
the
It has
plane
to
is going
keep
at
pushing
constant
you.
velocity.
Right, but
Right.
you have to continually, your body has to continually be propelled through the
No, you're
environment.
inside the aircraft. The aircraft has to push through the air. But you inside the aircraft, the seat and you are both moving at 500 miles per hour.
Magically. Nothing to do with the engines of the plane propelling you.
If any of you
just
guys
happen to
were
be
civil
sitting in the
engineers, I
plane.
would report you as well.
You do realize how ridiculous you sound, bro.
Well, what Brian Mullen was
from
doing,
USA.
I don't really feel like getting into a whole deep discussion of that, although we could at some point. I have to go run some errands pretty shortly, so I don't want to get into a whole long thing. But,
Yeah,
I mean, Brian
yeah,
Mullen in his videos was just essentially exposing the heliocentric pseudoscience, the pseudophysics
No,
of
he was being an
heliocentrism.
Idiot. Just like all the flat earthers just can't understand basic physics.
That's why they shut him down, bro.
No, we're denying
Shut
the
himself down, didn't
we're
he?
denying the pseudophysics that you're peddling.
Didn't he shut himself down?
Yeah, in a sense, he did shut himself down, yes.
Yeah, all right.
Well, I'm not sure
Is he
people know.
still
I don't
gainfully
think
employed?
people know exactly what happened. I mean, he took down his videos and kind of disappeared from YouTube. I mean, did he get fired from his job? I don't know the whole story of what happened, but it seems like there was something happened.
No, he did not get fired, apparently.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know.
But that's not the point. The point is that a man saw fit to call another man's, not place of employment, but a place that would affect his employment. That is low life.
I have no issue with what George did. The guy's in charge of public safety.
Sounds a bit
He needs to know
bigoted
what
to
he's
me.
doing. Say again?
Sounds a bit bigoted to me.
How so?
You're just sort of pointing a finger at somebody and saying you don't deserve to have that job.
If he doesn't understand basic physics, correct, he does not deserve to have that job.
According
He's
to
a civil
you,
engineer, correct?
According to you.
Well, I think the licensing board would agree.
You and George.
Have you got anything that he's actually done that's not up to scratch? Because otherwise you're just throwing shit at a wall and hoping it'll stick, and it's pathetic.
Yeah, and why isn't he allowed to make YouTube videos on whatever he wants? I mean, if he did a poor job at building something, maybe he would be fired, or that piece of equipment would fail, or whatever. That's one thing.
Exactly.
And people die, Gio. People die when equipment fails.
Has that happened? Has any of that happened? No. So he's been working this job for however many years. They thought fit to give him that job because he did everything he needed to do. And now because you have a belief in a fucking ball earth, you're going to try and ruin somebody's life because you don't think he knows enough about his job.
Page speaking.
But you've got nothing, do you? Nothing he's done wrong?
Hang on.
Yeah, I mean, Roohif, there's like medical doctors who do their job, they give the drugs, they do whatever, but on their free time, they might research, other things like natural healings or other things. It doesn't mean that they're a terrible doctor. I mean, those systems, I think they're toxic, and the authorities that are set up in those can be problematic in the first place, but people can have different parts of their lives where they may have different interests. And if they're doing a poor job, their boss or whoever is part of that, whoever's hiring them to do whatever they're doing will fire them, or the equipment won't match up to par. But just because he has viewpoints that he wanted to share on YouTube is absurd that people are, that you guys were trying to do that to him. It's just symbolically reflective of your behavior, meaning that instead of actually holding to truth and knowledge, you go for these manipulative attacks over people's livelihoods.
I think doctors that put out misinformation as well, that puts other people's health in danger, should be fired as well, or reprimanded in some way.
Roohif, how many people die from medical malpractice from these doctors doing what they were taught to do? Like, really?
I can see you light up, Paige. I can see you light up.
What's that supposed to mean?
It'll mean he's got you muted.
Yeah, I turned it down.
Oh, he's such a
She came in
coward.
pretty
He won't
obvious,
even
so-
listen to what I'm saying. Right, I get it.
Mommy issues,
She's
Roohif?
calling you a coward, Roohif.
That's fine. That's fine.
You have mommy issues, Roohif?
Something like that, yes.
Must
That's between
have.
me and my therapist, actually.
Big time.
Sorry. I've got my usual slogan.
I love strong women.
Yeah.
Yeah, I found that
Shout out Paige.
the Aussie guys sort of fear a
Oh,
strong
we love
woman.
you too, SC.
You reckon?
As you always seem to. George is the same. Goes off his head with him when Paige is around.
Yeah, I mean the thing is that obviously this Brian Mullen thing happened quite a while ago. It's a thing of the past.
It's pretty
history.
relevant. No, it's relevant at the minute because there's this doxing thing going on at the minute and the frauds and all of that sort of stuff. And I'm assuming that in order to be able to do that, they would have needed to dox him first to be able to call the state.
No, I agree. I mean, the
It's
next
not
thing
doxing.
I was going to say that it is history, but I also was going to say, but it also is representative of something very real going on in the world in terms of like these authorities, the way that they manipulate people through, money and the way that these systems are set up. And like Bev just said, yeah, the doxing, the kind of approaches that you guys take, like instead of just speaking what you think is truth or doing what you're doing, you use these kinds of techniques. It really is revealing of your character.
Thanks. Kumbaya, Gio.
Well said, brother. Very well said.
Mm-hmm. He's right, isn't he, Roohif?
I honestly don't take much of what Gio says about my character to heart.
Yeah, but
Nor
pretty
any of
shitty
you guys,
tactics,
really.
right?
Say again?
Pretty shitty tactics.
I have no issue with what George did.
Or the doxing.
No issue at all. I don't like doxing. Who doxed who?
How did George manage to do what he did? Did he
You can fucking Google Brian Mullins' his fucking license. That's not doxing. Doxing is putting his public. Brian Mullins' fucking YouTube channel was called Brian Mullen.
Mm-hmm.
It's not doxing. Looking up his license or whatever.
Not? You reckon?
It's not doxing. Looking up his license.
Is that not? Would these docs not be recorded on that license?
You can do whatever you like. You can fucking hire private investigators to investigate anyone you like. That's not doxing unless you make it public. Doxing is the public
that
release
would
of
be considered
information.
harassment.
Looking up someone's license
you
on a
can't
website
just
is
go
not
after
doxing.
anybody you want. That's harassment. It's literally against the law.
You're phoning the employer up and
Speaking
saying...
of someone that doxed themselves, Bev, that's pretty funny.
Sorry?
You doxed yourself that day with your surveying studio.
yourself, Roohif.
Yeah, I know.
You dickhead. Well, what are you talking about?
That was pretty funny. You published your own information, so whatever.
I put my name out there, yeah?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, brilliant.
Yeah.
Right, it got took down, didn't it?
Yeah, I know, but then it's the horse is bolted.
People have already copied that photo and they keep pushing it out all over the place, don't they?
Yeah.
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 It's hilarious.
Instead of doing the right thing and not putting it out anymore when you took it down.
Yeah, it's no big deal. It's a name.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Everyone knows my name. That's fine.
You put it out there. You give it to everybody. In fact, that was the first
'Cause I
thing
don't
you
care.
told me to do. Whenever it was like, who are you? You went, oh, go and look me up.
Hey.
Yeah. That's fine. But what was it that George said when he called that employer up? What was it that
The
he
board.
said?
I assume he said something like, "This guy has no idea about physics. How is he a civil engineer?"
He's like,
That's what I would say.
this guy has no idea about physics.
Yeah.
Right, you think that's good enough?
Don't want to repeat myself, but if a guy's in charge of public safety, he needs a basic understanding of physics, and he has demonstrated that he does not.
What about if we were to talk about straight lines?
Jesus, that might be a sign for me to go.
I'd get out as quick as you could.
Good idea.
That's the third one running away from a straight line question today. What is
I'll
it
give
so
you five.
scary?
Okay. I'll give you 5
It's
minutes.
not like
Bev,
it's
and then I'll go
physics or
7.
anything, is it?
I'll give you 5 minutes.
I'm like we're talking about hydrostatic.
Straight lines then, Roohif.
Yep, straight lines.
Do they curve or are they straight? Is there a
Well, it
difference
depends.
between a straight line and a curve?
If we have a geodesic on a sphere, under some people's definitions, that could be a straight line, but in a Euclidean environment, that's a curve. So what are we talking about? Are we talking about
We're talking
Euclidean
about a straight
lines?
line. Your definition of
In
a straight
Euclidean
line.
space?
No, just
In Euclidean space?
Yeah, in reality, a straight line.
In Euclidean space?
Yes, in
Okay.
reality.
Well, there are
Objective.
differing opinions on whether our
Objective.
reality is Euclidean.
Objective reality
roughly
is
approximates
a straight
Euclidean.
line the same as a curve, or are they
In
separated?
Euclidean space, no, they're different.
Right. So in reality,
So this is just going to be some bullshit where you're going to try and equivocate on definitions here, isn't it?
well, we know, everybody else knows in this room, that we live in Euclidean 3 space. So I'm taking
Well,
you're
it's
saying
approximately
that straight
Euclidean,
line.
yes, approximately.
It is Euclidean 3 space because that's how we describe it.
Under Einstein's definition of gravity, no, it's not. So, yeah.
Right. Well, that's
Does Einstein account for physics?
yeah.
Does Einstein account for physics?
Yeah, and then in the whole Einsteinian, all that stuff, does it account for physics?
Does he account for... I don't even know what that question means, to be honest. It's pretty retarded.
Oh, sorry. Okay.
Relative geometrically. We live in Euclidean 3 space, so therefore a straight line
Well,
is
Einstein says we
separated.
don't, so-
It is different. You know, have you heard of a tangent?
I have heard of a tangent.
Do you know
yes.
what that is?
A line that touches a circle at one point.
A straight line?
Yes.
And the circle is a curved line.
It's a circle.
Right,
It's one big curve. Yep, sure.
So can a tangent be a circle?
No.
Okay.
Not in Euclidean space.
Because
no.
it's a straight line.
So we're talking all Euclidean, right?
We're talking about just in reality, right? A tangent is a
Okay,
straight
so
line.
I'll assume that we're just talking Euclidean.
You can assume whatever you want. And we're talking about reality and a straight line. This is the problem for you.
So we've got a tangent and a circle. Keep going.
Got a straight line. Now that straight line does not curve at all in any direction, does it?
Well, we're only talking 2 dimensions, right? Because we're talking about circles.
No, we're talking about a straight line.
Right. In 2 dimensions, because we're also talking about circles.
Okay.
Okay.
But
Yep,
we're talking
continue.
about
We've got 2 minutes left, by the way.
We're talking about reality. So we're not talking about 2D, are we? We're talking about 3D.
So
Euclidean
do
3
circles
space.
exist in 3 dimensions?
What we're talking about a straight line. You're getting struggles now.
Well,
with
we
a
were
curve.
talking about circles, Bev.
No, we were talking about a straight line, Roohif.
Yeah, we talked about a tangent to a circle. Circles exist in 2 dimensions.
Well, a circle is definitely not a straight line. That's the point we were making.
I
There's
agree.
a difference. Straight lines
agree.
are different. Right, now, a horizontal, is that a straight line?
Yes,
It's definitely not a circle, is it?
I agree.
Okay, that's good. Now, is level horizontal? Same thing.
Well, and if we are talking now about going out into reality, and we have an auto level will give you a horizontal plane. A water level will not. It is not a tool for making a horizontal.
So there's a you think there's a difference, but there is definitely
Well,
a
I
thing.
think the context, Bev,
known
I
as
think
a
the
horizontal
context of the
plane.
word level is important.
Well, the horizontal plane will do for starters.
Okay, horizontal plane. How far does a horizontal plane extend?
Well, it being a plane, a mathematic figure, then indefinitely, right? A plane.
Excellent. A horizontal plane extends infinitely. Thank you.
That's good. And
Yep.
it's straight line.
Good we agree.
All the straight lines are on the horizontal plane, aren't they?
All straight lines on the horizontal plane? No. You can have a straight line that's at any angle you like.
On the horizontal plane, there is all of the horizontal straight lines contained on that plane. I'm just getting you to confirm that a two-dimensional plane doesn't curve. There's no curved lines, is there?
I agree. A horizontal plane does not curve.
Brilliant. Any plane doesn't curve either, does it?
Correct, yeah.
And that's 2D.
Yes.
Final one. Surface of
All
a
right,
sphere.
and I'll go shopping.
Are you off?
Oh, I will. When this is your final question, right? So then I'll go shopping.
Surface of a sphere. That's a three-dimensional surface, right?
No. Surfaces are two-dimensional.
But that's a plane. You've just said that.
No, planes are two-dimensional. So are surfaces.
The surface of a
What do
sphere.
you measure the area? What do you measure the area of a surface in? What units?
The mathematical unit.
Fucking any measurement, whatever. What unit do you measure area in?
It's a geometrical unit, that, isn't it?
Yeah, any unit.
A square.
Tell me the units that you use.
A square.
Square?
Yeah, length times breadth. And
yep.
Because it's a square,
which is
it's a same...
meters what? Meters what?
Square. It's
Squared.
a square.
Excellent.
Yes.
How many dimensions is it?
Two-dimensional.
Two. Thank you. The area
of
a sphere
is a two-dimensional shape.
Two-dimensional.
Yes. A square is a two-dimensional shape. Now,
what is the
a
surface
sphere
area
is
measured
not
in?
a two-dimensional shape.
Correct.
Mm-hmm.
The sphere is three-dimensional. The surface is two-dimensional. How many coordinates do I need to give you to find any place on Earth on the surface?
I don't know. Where are you going to give me
Two.
coordinates to?
Anywhere. How many coordinates do I need to give you to find any spot on the surface of the Earth?
Two, because it's a...
Two.
Yeah.
How many dimensions is the surface of a sphere?
Well, if you can't delineate between a straight and a curved line, how can you come up with a defined coordinate system?
Again, you might be up there with SE Montreal in terms of retardedness because I do not understand your question.
No, well, you're getting confused between 2D and 3D. We understand that.
I really don't think so, Bev.
Yeah, you do.
In fact, isn't there a screenshot of yours floating around that WS posts? The surface of a sphere is 2D, something like that?
I haven't posted that. Why would I say that?
I'm sure there's a screenshot.
The surface of a sphere
when you
is
say the surface is 2D.
three-dimensional, Roohif.
A sphere, the object, is three-dimensional. The surface is two-dimensional.
It's actually just 4 pi r squared, like your man said earlier. That's 4 circles, and a circle is two-dimensional. Weird, that,
They're
isn't
just
it?
common units, Bev. It's an area measurement.
Yeah.
The units are something squared.
It's a calculation to work out the area. Yeah.
Fine. Correct.
Yeah, but a sphere is a three-dimensional shape. I mean, really weird
Correct.
that you think
Well
it's
done.
two-dimensional.
Do you think you can calculate the surface area of a cube?
Well, I know I can. That's a bit of a
Okay.
stupid question.
Do you think you can calculate the surface area of a cone?
Yeah, they're all developable
Do you think you
surfaces.
can calculate the surface area of a sphere?
Yeah.
Excellent. What dimensions are they in?
A sphere is a three-dimensional
No.
Euclidean
What
shape.
dimensions are the area?
Roohif,
What
stop
dimensions
with
are the
your
area?
retarded questioning like this.
You
Everybody
keep
knows.
saying it's a three-dimensional surface.
It
yet
is.
The units
a
that you
sphere
measure it in.
is, obviously.
Oh, Bev, you know that you're bullshitting, right? Every time I say it's two-dimensional, you say a sphere is three-dimensional, and I go, yes, a sphere is three-dimensional, but the surface is two-dimensional.
No, the surface is the bit of the
I've said it
sphere
3
that
times
you
now, Bev.
see. It's three-dimensional. How can you look at a sphere, and
sphere
say
is
that's
three-dimensional.
three-dimensional, but the surface that I'm looking at to tell that sphere is three-dimensional is two-dimensional? It's got to be stupid,
A
that, Roohif.
sphere is three-dimensional. The surface of a sphere is two-dimensional. You've been told this a dozen times, Bev.
I know.
You know that you
But
have.
you're wrong.
And again, I ask, what units do you use to measure the
stop
surface
it.
area? In fact, we're not going to go around in
That's
circles.
just
I'm
to
going to go.
measure the surface area.
Hold
It's
on,
not
before
a
you go,
two-dimensional
All right.
fucking
SE?
surface.
Before you go, moron, Can you hand
Okay,
me a
Richard.
two-dimensional object, please?
No, I can't.
You moron. All right, you can go now.
All right. See ya. See. Gotcha.
See you later.
If you enjoyed the content, please support On the Level and future projects. Membership subscriptions available now, or come and get involved at Next Level Discord server. Thank you.